The SP-404 Resonator plus drums is epic, and I'm going to show you some of the fun I've been having with these two as soon as I shout out today's patron, and that patron shout out goes to CyberGwen. Thank you so very much for the support. Trying a bit of a new setup today, running the microphone over here. This is normally what I use at the filming desk, and then I've also got this little webcam that I'm holding. I don't know if this is going to be a permanent thing or not, but I figured I'd give it a shot, and you can all let me know what you think. Anyway, we are back at the SP-404 Mark II today. I've got my electronic drum kit, the Roland TD-17, running into the line-in on the back of the 404, and I want to show you how this sounds with the resonator. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on here in just a second, but what I'm actually going to do is hold remain and turn it on. That way it's going to permanently keep the effects parameters on screen. There, now these numbers here are always on screen and they're not going to go away until we leave the screen, and we can also get to the second page by clicking the enter knob, and that second page of parameters will stay right there. I've learned that a lot of people don't know about this little trick, and it's really helpful. Alright, let's do some playing. So right off the bat, I'm just going to address the fact that this microphone keeps falling. I know the webcam footage is not stable. I probably will not be using this setup exactly as is again. So I do apologize for probably the lower overall quality of this video. However, hopefully you thought those sounds were cool. Basically, that's just me going in and adjusting the pitch and the brightness of the resonator. As well as this second page here where you can see that first parameter is actually the chord setting. So that's affecting the grouping of the notes that are coming out of the resonator. We also have panning and envelope modulation controls. I don't really mess with those as much, but the chord function actually has a surprising amount of depth to it. I actually quite like the major octave option right here. I think it sounds nice and full. And then on the other page, we can control the brightness and the feedback, as well as the root note. So I set chord to root, and I want to simply sample the kick drum and get a couple bass pitches. Now I'm going to hit record and sample this to a pad. I then changed our root note to G sharp 1, so a minor third up. Remember, we put an F on that pad right there, so now I'm going to sample that right next to it. I've really been enjoying the resonator lately as a way to write music kind of from the drum set without having to worry about the keys or another synth or like the Juno behind me or anything like that. I just use the resonator and the kit. Let me show you what happens when we get the hi-hat involved and brighten things up a bit. So I'm going to raise up our root note an octave or two and increase the brightness and then hit the hi-hat. Hear how that's a very different tone? Let's turn that into a chord. We'll go for a minor 11th. Let's sample it. Let's do the same thing, but for our second chord, let's go down and do something with an E flat. And as you can see, I selected a major 7th octave for this one. So here's how this one sounds. Beautiful, let's sample it. So as you can hear, we're able to get quite a bit of variance out of it with just the hi-hat and a kick drum so far. Now let's play with some effects bus routing and see if we can bring it to life even more. I'm going to take the 2 chords and actually put those on bus 2, where I'm going to put either a cloud delay or just the tempo synced delay. Okay, I think that sounds pretty good. Now what I want to do is actually sample a kick drum, just dry, and I'm going to set that to a dry bus. And right now I actually have the sidechain source set to dry and the target set to bus 1, which means that our dry kick drum is going to sidechain the bass and kick drum combo sample that we made, which should be an interesting effect. Now I'll be sure to set that kick drum to dry. So here's what our kick drum bass combo sample sounds like without the sidechain. And then here's with it. Now let's hear everything together. We can take the bass combo sample, the one with the kick drum and the bass, and we can actually send that to some chorus now, which should widen things up a bit and make the sound even better. So now what I want to do is actually sequence this all into a pattern. I'm going to use real time and hope for the best. So we're going to go pattern select and then record, then pick our pattern, max out the quantize, and go for it. Hey, we did it! All right, I think all that's left to do is just jam over the top of it. And remember, we don't have to play the kick drum because it's already down there. So I can just worry about the hands. I also decided last minute that I'm going to run the drums through the warm saturator just for a little extra love to this jam. Here we go. There you go, just a little bit of fun with the SP-404 Mark II's Resonator and my electronic drum set. And yeah, this will work with any drum machine. You don't have to play anything in live. You can literally just run drum samples through the Resonator, and it's a pretty fun way to write. I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can leave a dislike. I'd expect a few extra dislikes on this one. Totally get it, no problem. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button though. I will figure out a way to film this setup. I promise. Be sure to ring the little bell so you don't miss when I upload, and thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. That wasn't the right outro. Doesn't matter. See ya.